She had more money than she could spend in 10 lifetimes. Private jets, mansions, cameras flashing wherever she went. But one wrong turn, one flat tire in the middle of nowhere, and she ended up on a dirt road, far from any luxury she'd ever known. Lost, frustrated, no signal, and standing in the pouring rain. That's when a poor farmer offered her shelter. He had nothing to his name, yet what he gave her changed her forever, and what she did afterward left the entire village speechless. Section 1. From billion-dollar boardrooms to muddy roads. Sophia Langston had clawed her way to the top, starting from nothing. Now she owned millions of dollars worth of property, wore only custom-made clothes, and traveled in private jets. Everyone wanted a piece of her. Paparazzi hounding her every move, businessmen trying to strike deals at any hour, and Sophia, she was tired, exhausted by the games people played, the things they said, and most of all, the loneliness that followed her everywhere. Even surrounded by people, she felt empty. Her once vibrant eyes now held a weariness that belied her years. Lately, she couldn't even look at her reflection without wincing. Sophia decided she needed a change, a real change. So she called her assistant. "Tomorrow, I'm taking a long drive, just the two of us. No entourage, no security, just me and you. Let's get out of this city." The assistant, confused but obedient, packed a bag and prepared the car. Sophia, for her part, put on a nondescript dress and shoes that made no statement. She had one rule: don't draw attention to ourselves. As they drove, the tall buildings slowly melted into quaint neighborhoods, which in turn gave way to open fields. The sky, a vast expanse of gray, threatened rain. Sophia didn't care. This was the feeling she craved: freedom. Suddenly, a loud bang echoed through the car. Sophia gasped. A flat tire? Just her luck. They pulled off the road onto a muddy shoulder, and as the sky opened up, Sophia stepped out to help. Minutes passed, each one marked by the drumming of raindrops, and still she stood there, drenched and shivering. In the distance, a faint light flickered. Could it be a farmhouse? With a mix of hope and desperation, Sophia started walking towards it. Each step squelching in the mud, the sound swallowed by the wind and rain. She walked until she saw a weathered wooden door framed by climbing vines. Taking a deep breath, she knocked. Section 2. A stranger's kindness with nothing to gain. The door creaked open, revealing an old man with kind eyes peering out at her. He wore worn-out boots, a stitched-up shirt, and a smile that didn't judge. "You all right, miss?" he asked softly. The moment he laid eyes on her, he knew she didn't belong in these parts. No fancy handbag or expensive jewelry betrayed her identity. Still, something in her demeanor, a quiet strength, hinted at a story yet untold. Hesitantly, she explained about the flat tire and the storm, hoping he would offer shelter. To her surprise, he nodded and ushered her in before she could reply. The interior was cozy, lit by a single lantern hanging from the ceiling. The air was filled with the aroma of wood smoke and something baking in the oven. Come in," he said again. "You must be soaked to the bone. Let me get you some tea." She stepped in, leaving the rain and her worries outside. The warmth of the room enveloped her, chasing away the chill that had settled in her bones. As she dried herself by the fire, she noticed a young girl peeking from behind the man. The little one had curious eyes and a mop of unruly hair framing her face. "Mira, come here," the old man said gently. "This is a visitor. Why don't you show her around?" The girl shyly nodded and led her to the window. "We have a cow, 2 goats, and a big garden," she said proudly. "Can you see the pumpkins? They're so big." Section 3. 24 hours that changed a lifetime. As night fell, they ate dinner by candlelight. Sophia couldn't remember the last time she'd enjoyed a meal so much. It wasn't just the taste, but the simple pleasure of sharing it with others. After dinner, the girl, Mira, insisted that Sophia sleep in her bed. "You look tired," she said. You can rest here." And so Sophia lay down in the straw mattress, wrapped in a patchwork quilt. Outside, the wind howled, but inside, a sense of calm settled over her. For the first time in a long time, she slept deeply. When she woke, sunlight streamed through a hole in the roof. The old man, whose name she learned was Arjun, was already up. He smiled, his wrinkles crinkling around his eyes. "Good morning," he said. "Let me make you some breakfast." Together, they ate boiled eggs with bread and honey. Over breakfast, Sophia told them about her life in the city. She spoke not of her wealth or fame, but of her struggles and loneliness. Mira listened intently, her big eyes absorbing every word. When Sophia finished, she looked down at her hands. "I feel so lost," she admitted. "I have everything I could ever want, yet I'm not happy. I used to think buying more things would fix it, but it never does it?" Mira tilted her head. "I think you need a friend," she said simply. Sophia smiled, touched by the childlike wisdom. After breakfast, Arjun showed Sophia his fields. It was a small plot of land with a few crops struggling against the relentless sun. "It's been a hard year," he said, his voice gruff with emotion. "The rains were late, and the crops are suffering." Sophia looked out at the parched earth. She understood hardship. She'd seen enough struggle to last a lifetime. She didn't need mansions or designer labels to know what it meant to strive for something more. Section 4. She left, quietly, but not for long. 3 hours later, her assistant found her through the GPS tracker. Rushing in with 2 black SUVs, she looked out of place against the backdrop of the humble farmhouse. "Miss Langston, we got your message," the driver said, rushing to her side. "Let's go." Sophia hugged Mira and Arjun goodbye. She didn't say much, just, "Thank you, both of you, for reminding me what truly matters." The ride back was silent. The city skyline rising in the distance, Sophia was filled with conflicting emotions. She missed the tranquility of the village, the genuine smiles, the shared stories. Most of all, she missed Mira's innocent wisdom. Back in her mansion, surrounded by luxury, she felt more alone than ever. Days turned into weeks, the incident fading into a distant memory. Sophia couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. She couldn't focus on work. She couldn't enjoy her lavish lifestyle. She missed the warmth of human connection. She missed friendship, genuine laughter, and helping hands. She tried to fill the void with shopping sprees, romantic dinners, and weekend getaways, but nothing helped. Then one day, she had an epiphany. She didn't need to escape the city. She could bring a piece of the countryside to the city. More importantly, she could replicate the kindness, the simplicity, and the connection she experienced in that small village. With newfound determination, Sophia set to work. She started small, reaching out to friends and neighbors, organizing community events. Soon, people began to respond to her warmth and sincerity. Slowly, she created a network of support, a semblance of the tight-knit community she had once found solace in. Section 5. What she did shocked the whole town. The transformation didn't stop there. Sophia took a bigger leap, investing in local businesses, supporting community projects, and donating to local charities. Her contributions rippled through the town, bringing about positive changes that everyone appreciated. But she didn't do it to be seen. She did it because it made her happy. One day, though, someone recognized her efforts. The local newspaper ran a story on her transformation, praising her for being a beacon of hope and change. The article reached far and wide, attracting attention not just for what she had done, but how she had done it. People marveled at the story of the billionaire who, instead of isolating herself, had chosen to connect with her community. They admired her for finding happiness not in material possessions, but in making a difference. As for Sophia, she remained humble. She didn't seek fame or fortune. She just wanted to make a positive impact and find contentment in doing so. The story of Sophia Langston became a local legend, a tale of how one woman's journey of self-discovery led to profound personal growth and positive change. She proved that true wealth lay not in material possessions, but in the connections we make and the good deeds we share.